Purpose of the criminal justice system. No one likes to pay speeding tickets, and the idea of going to jail is certainly not a pleasant one. But most people agree that the criminal justice system is a necessary evil. After all, have you ever stopped to think about what our society would be like if there were no laws? Although we may like to think that human beings are innately moral and self-disciplined, history has shown such an ideal to be false. What does a society do then to protect decent citizens from those who would do them or their property harm? Most societies throughout history have solved this problem by devising a system for punishing offenders for their wrongdoings. In the United States, this system is called the criminal justice system. The U.S. criminal justice system serves a variety of different purposes.
Among them, deterrence, incapacitation, rehabilitation, and due process.
Let's look at each of these goals in more detail. Deterrence. Deterrence is an attempt to prevent citizens from committing a crime in the first place.
Think back to what we know about the early American criminal justice system, where punishments were rendered in a highly public place. In the United States, the criminal justice system is based on the theory that when a criminal is punished, other citizens will see the consequences of committing a crime, whether it be a fine or incarceration, and then consider those consequences before committing the same crime. Imagine if someone steals from a local retail store, gets caught, and is arrested. This may make other people who are inclined to steal think twice in order to avoid punishment.
Ideally, deterrence reduces the amount of overall crime, thereby making communities safer. It also reduces the burden that incarceration places on taxpayers. Incapacitation. In the world of criminal justice, incapacitation refers to the act of preventing the offender from committing another crime
that would pose a threat to the community and its citizens.
In order to protect innocent individuals, the criminal justice system intends to incapacitate criminals by confining them in a jail or prison, or in extreme cases through capital punishment, also known as the death penalty.
The death penalty is not only the most effective form of incapacitation, but it also can be a strong deterrent for would-be murderers and other violent offenders.
There are only a handful of crimes that are punishable by death, for example, capital crimes, and they vary by state.
Some capital crimes include premeditated murder or the murder of a police officer. As we'll see, the death penalty is a very controversial issue. Not everyone believes that the criminal justice system has the right to take another human being's life, regardless of what they have done. For that reason, 23 states and the District of Columbia have abolished the death penalty. Did you know? Did you know that the state of Texas has executed more prisoners between 1976 and 2019 than any other state? The state has executed 566 prisoners during that time. Virginia is second, with only 113 executions in the same time span.
Rehabilitation. Rehabilitation refers to the process of providing the resources necessary to reintegrate an offender into society while reducing the risks that the individual will reoffend. The criminal justice system attempts to reform criminals into productive, law-abiding citizens.
Let's look at some common examples of rehabilitation programs. Psychological counseling. Many prisoners suffer from mental illness as well. Counseling services inside jails and prisons attempt to treat these underlying conditions to give prisoners the best chance at a successful re-entry and future. Job training. Even law-abiding citizens are affected by gaps in their resumes. Prisoners, even more so, must strive to connect their time served with positive growth and job-related skills. Some prisons mandate that inmates contribute to the community as a cook, laundry attendant, or even teacher. Other programs offer more official job-related training. Technological training. Many inmates aren't instructed in modern technologies when they're in prison, so using things like computers, smartphones, tablets, or GPS systems doesn't come naturally to them when they are released. In order to make a smooth transition back into society, inmates need to be able to function in today's highly technological world.
Harsher sentences for repeat offenders is another way that states have attempted to reduce recidivism rates,
or rates at which criminals commit additional crimes after being released from jail or prison.
Due process. The Constitution of the United States dictates that all U.S. citizens have the right to due process, which refers to fair and reasonable treatment and the opportunity to defend one's innocence in order to avoid being stripped of life, liberty, or property. Due process is another way that the criminal justice system attempts to protect the innocent. Although some argue that due process keeps the system from working efficiently, Most agree that it is vital in order to ensure that individuals aren't wrongfully convicted and imprisoned, or worse, executed.
Policies governing professionals. Explain laws of due process. Due process is a regulation meant to keep the criminal justice system from wrongfully robbing citizens of their rights to fair and reasonable treatment. That makes this purpose a bit different than the others, because rather than being aimed at the suspected criminal, due process protects the suspected criminal from wrongdoing in the criminal justice system. Explain how policies of due process govern criminal justice professionals and protect citizens from unethical behavior. The last free place on earth. Located in California, about 50 miles north of the U.S.-Mexico border, lies a community like none other, Slab City. The word city is used loosely because it is not recognized on any map, and it is not connected to any public water, electricity grids, or public trash and recycling routes. Slab City is a slowly growing community and self-proclaimed last free place on earth. In Slab City, there are no laws or governing bodies. Rather, the community has generated a code of ethics that guides behavior. One specific community within the city, East Jesus, is working to obtain county and state grants to pay for dumpsters to be brought to the community to carry away the growing amount of trash residents create. Surprisingly, the introduction of outside resources is quite a controversial topic in Slab City. Many community members interpret this outreach to the state and county as an unwelcome attempt at gentrification that violates the city's codes of ethics. Overall, Slab City is quite tame, for not having any laws. However, its 640 acres are regularly patrolled by outside police officers who have an interest in preventing crime near their cities of residence.